Hi, I'm Michael Smith for Shop Talk, and I have a very great show today. I have author Sandie La Nae, and she has a new book called Weird Reno. You usually write books about psychics and haunted places, and now you're doing Weird Reno, and with prospects of doing Weird Virginia City and Weird Carson City.
Yes.
So are you going in a whole new direction here, or are you going to change your methods, or this is just kind of a fun break?
This is just kind of a fun break, I think, yeah.
Well, I think it's a great idea because what I haven't read the book, but I've kind of perused it, is people absolutely love trivia.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you've nailed it right dead on what people like. It's just weird things.
Uh-huh.
So weird is good.
Weird is very good, and you have to be weird to write it. I practice.
Well, I don't know if you have to be weird, but you have to be able to have the perception to think, hey, that might be a funny story, or that might be funny. And when I was at the History Museum, I met your partner in crime.
Yes, yes. Arline La Ferry and I have it was a concept by her, and I wrote the book. And how it got started was actually kind of an interesting story. We're both on Facebook. And she found something, because she's always researching, and she found something about some bones in a safe deposit box.
Bones in a safe deposit box. What would you possibly do to save bones for?
Well, what it was for a case way back when. And I told her, I said, that would make a fun book. You know, all these interesting little tidbits and trivia and interesting pieces of history. I said, that would be kind of a fun book, a weird book. And she said, well, I'll research the stuff if you want to write it. And I said, okay, let's go for it. And then it just took on a life of its own.
So once you find bones in a safety deposit box and you find out why, do you go further with the story to kind of give people what the the reason why? And
I was going to say you have to get the book to find out.
No. I want to save my money. No, but that's like I said, it's good trivia because don't you pay money for a safety deposit box? You have
yes, you do.
You know, I don't have one myself, but you'd have to maintain paying it. And did someone like skip out on the bill? And
actually, they found it in a safety deposit box because there was a court case going on, and that's where they had to kind of keep the bones for a while.
Okay.
So yeah, that's all I'm going to say about that.
Okay, so get the book and get the bones. No bones about it.
No bones about it. But now this book is really interesting because there is historical anomalies. There's interesting trivia, there's funny things, there's comical things from Reno from the mid-1800s to present day.
Now, when you go back that far, are you going back through newspapers?
Newspapers, and court cases.
Court cases?
And legends, okay? People have brought down their stories from other books, their families. Okay.
So it's like family legends type thing? Or is it from like the people who settled in Reno and created Reno, or is it just...
Yes, it's about that. There's a section in here about gaming and about the corruption in gaming when that first started.
Corruption in gaming? I never heard that.
I know. Yeah, that's news, isn't it?
I'm shocked.
Right, yeah.
And those girls were always crooked?
They were. Boy, I learned a lot about Reno in the early days. In the 1800s and 1890s, up into the 1950s, a lot of interesting things in there.
Well, they had a lot of games of chance. I kind of remember some history stories where people come in on the wagon train and they lose everything they had before they got even farther west.
Yes, yeah, that's true.
And so you found amusing things, I hope, the positive stuff?
Oh, you bet. There's a lot of comical things in here, too. There's sections about famous animals, like Bertha and Tina.
Bertha and Tina?
Bertha and Tina, yeah. From the Jonasquagas Nugget. Elephants?
Oh, they're elephants.
Yes, they're elephants.
I was thinking of a bird.
Oh.
I'm not a psychic.
Right. Well, there's people in there, too, about Eiley Bowers. She was a seer, and she's in here, too.
Did she have elephants?
She didn't have elephants, but she had a peepstone, which is a crystal ball.
Awesome.
Yeah. So there's all kinds of trivia in here. It was a fun and funny book to write because of just the interesting things that both Arline and I researched.
So what did you like? How would you research? I mean, that's a hard thing to research. You had to go through all these newspapers to find something that's just quirky.
Sure, but like there's a section in here of famous people that were born.
Most people are born.
Well, I mean, in Reno. Noted people. There's some interesting things in here about some of the political figures.
Awesome.
No
Wait a minute,
blackmail, though.
Wait now. Is this from like the 1800s? You're getting some quirky things about the guys from the 1800s? Because that was before the girls.
No, well, yeah, we've even got the working ladies of the evening in there.
Oh, no.
So all kinds of trivia, all kinds of fun things, interesting things. There's even ghosty stories in here, too.
Oh, you do have ghosts.
We do have ghosts. We have psychics. So that's kind of right up my alley,
It's
too.
a beautiful book. Weird Reno. Is that the name you decided to pick out, or is it like a mutual, or did Arline do it?
Oh, no, we just kind of threw ideas back and forth, and we thought, why not have something, just very strange, not just like weird things that happen in Reno or interesting things or strange things, just weird Reno.
Well, wasn't this book something to do with the Historical Museum? I remember you mentioned something about the Historical Society that it was put there or something?
Yes, I'm very honored about this. When this book was published, I was asked by the Nevada Historical Society if they could put this book online in their database as primary source, as cited works. It's like, yay.
Well, that's awesome.
What an honor.
Well, that's a
my
major
book.
deal.
Yes,
that
it is.
says it's a historic book.
Yes, it is. And it's accurate. It's accurate.
Well, all
the
your
bibliography is like, 7 pages in this?
Yeah. Well, I've read most of your books, and you're a very accurate person. You double check your double checks.
Yes, I do. I don't believe in cutting and pasting. I believe in looking up the facts. If I have 3 different stories, I'm going to find out which one is the truth and accurate.
I've met Arline, and I know that she's the kind of person that would look at a penny on 3 ways.
Oh, yeah.
Heads, tails, and outside, because she knows everything.
Sure.
And
She's great.
She is really good. So you should go to the Historical Museum in Reno and talk to her.
Oh, yeah. If you want anything researched, your families, your ancestry, or just interesting pieces of history, go to Arline La Ferry. She's the best.
Well, how long did it take you to work on this book? There's a lot of stuff.
Let's see. Usually a book will take me 4 to 5 months.
Wow.
So we decided to, like you said at the beginning of the interview, to have a trilogy. We're going to have Weird Reno first, and then we're working on Weird Virginia City, and then we're going to have Weird Carson City. So there's going to be a lot of interconnected stories. Like in here, there's a story about the trains.
Weird trains?
Weird trains, yes.
I've been to the train museum. They're pretty weird.
Yeah.
So are the trains.
Yes. The people that run them.
No, yeah, they're neat people, but the trains are fun.
They are. Well, they'll be interconnected because Carson City, Virginia City, and Reno, we kind of had some connecting lines.
We're all kind of the same, big region.
Yeah. So we have this trine of the 3 major cities of the time, towns of the time.
Well, now you're talking about Virginia City and Carson City. Well, is the Historical Museum database able to get those 2, or do you have to change like libraries to look for more research?
Well, we do look for the archives.
So you go to Virginia City now to get there?
Sure, yeah. They have a lot of at the Historical Society.
Okay, good. Well, I've seen that room. It's a big room.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And thousands of pieces of information. And then, like with me, with my research for my books, I live in Carson City, and I like to write paranormal, historic books about particular places in town. I will go to the archives here in town and look up their information, tax records, things like that.
So once you find a quirky fact, then how do you double check the quirky fact from besides the newspaper?
Well, just other accounts of it. If there's like 2 or 3 different newspapers and they all have the same account, then, the same time frame, the same day, the same information, then we know that it's pretty well accurate.
Okay,
Yeah.
so throw out some more weird stuff. I'm still kind of curious about what the definition of weird is.
Oh, well, let's see. I have to look at my own book here. We've got chapters on like transportation.
Transportation can
talked
get pretty
about-
weird,
Uh-huh.
because of all the technical changes. too.
Sure, because we started out like with the wagon trains, and then the automobile, the trains themselves. I've got gangsters.
Gangsters can get weird, just the clothing alone.
Yeah. Well, there's an interesting chapter in here of, I think I put it under the gangsters, about when Frank Sinatra's son was kidnapped.
Well, that's a big deal. Well, we're down to our last 2 minutes on Shop Talk. Can you go out and give information on how we can buy or purchase your book, or where to
You
know,
bet.
get a hold of it?
You bet. You can purchase this book at my website, which is www.sandypsychicstones.com. There's going to be different bookstores around town, like Morley's Books, Evergreen Jean Incorporated. They carry the books that you can buy them there too.
No, it's back to the Historical Society. Can you purchase a copy there too?
Not yet. We're getting what would you call it, a contract fixed up, so you can buy them at the Nevada Historical Society.
Okay, so we have a little bit of time left. Give us another weird topic.
Oh, a weird topic. Well, let's see. We've just got all kinds of fun and weird. Well, there's laws.
Well, laws can be pretty weird.
Okay. Now, you know that it is illegal to drive a camel down the highway.
What?
But in the
Is that Virginia City?
in the 1870s, you could.
Well, Virginia City has them racing around town. I guess
That's right.
That's why they make them go into a track now.
That's right. They
Well,
were a
that's-
pack animal.
well,
and
that's pretty weird.
So there's all kinds of fun trivia, things like that inside this book, Weird Reno by Sandie La Nae, and The Concept by Arline La Ferry.
Well, go check it out and help our local authors survive. And it's been Michael Smith for Shop Talk, and enjoy the book. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'm pretty weird too.